Look, I'm getting it. That's an understatement.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Scrams25 with Don't Question My Stupidity. Now, if you notice the hat that I'm rocking today, my daughter, she likes to take my stuff and, cut up clothes and make things for her dolls, and she's really into fashion. So if we can get past the hat that we're going to get into today, let's get into it with the Eagles. Listen, Sean Desai out, Matt Patricia in. Let's talk about it. Matt Patricia in. Guys, we've been at the bottom of the league under Sean Desai for a while now, going through the season. We were at the bottom of the league with all kinds of things, and we can't seem to stop anybody's defense. They just run all over us. They'll pass over us. They're doing what they want to do. People are saying that the San Fran game, they exposed us. How can you expose something that we already knew was going to be a weakness of ours, especially when Avonte Maddox went out in the beginning? Now that he's back, that's another thing, which is good for us. But we're talking about right now that Sean Desai came in and everybody seemed to go, we're growing. It's a week-to-week thing. But it seems like nobody could grasp on what everybody's saying. What is the Eagles' defense? What is the Eagles' identity? Offense last year, we was run the ball, pound the ball, things defense. We were sacking people. We have no identity this year. We're all over the place. There's no excuse. We got good coaches. Just Sean Desai couldn't get everybody on the same page. So then now we have going into these last couple of games. Personally, I feel, it's kind of messed up because you had Sean Desai going through all the gauntlet when we played some top five defenses and top five teams, and through these stretches. And if you think about it, a lot of teams going through this stretch would have fared their their offense might not have put up that many points against those defenses. Unfortunately, that we got our asses handed to us with the Dallas game and in the San Fran game and stuff. So now we're coming up to what everybody's saying. These are the easiest part of the schedule. The last part, which we had to cruise through to where if you need to fix anything, that you have a little bit of games to where maybe you wouldn't try certain stuff against that other defenses because they're that good, and now you might be able to try to implement a few little wrinkles in here now and then with the last couple of games of the season. Which is sad because now we're going to say if the Eagles defense does change, could it have been because we're at that part of the season where it's easier, or is it because that Matt Patricia is that much better than Sean Desai and everybody was rooting for Matt Patricia on the down low? We understand that when Matt Patricia came in here, coming from Detroit, you had some players, that came from Detroit, let's say Slay. Slay was very vocal when they were in Detroit, and I'm not sure what words or whatever, but I think he's something about him. Slade's saying he was a Pro Bowler, and Matt Patricia saying something otherwise. But now it was odd that all of a sudden Slade never gave him anything saying he needed to get surgery. There was never excuse of him slowing down or whatever, because in the last couple of games, he still was one of the highest rated cornerbacks. In the Dallas game, he had 4 targets and 0 receptions on CeeDee Lamb. So he was doing his job. Now all of a sudden he has surgery now and Matt Patricia's coming in. We know those two butt heads. So what has Slay said? And if he did do that, Slay is kind of messed up. If he's coaching, I'm not playing. Now, the sad part about it is if that players have that much power in the NFL to just say, I'm not going to play. But it's really funny how a lot of times y'all sit out and you have these surgeries overnight and you have these injuries and it requires you surgery. Now you're sitting out. We've all know because a lot of us are looking at the NFL different now. The NFL understands it's an entertainment business. So once you start understanding what Vegas comes in, same thing when we was at the Sixers game the other night, and everybody's like, "Oh, on my card, I need Embiid to get 40." So when Embiid got 35 in the third, they took him out, knowing he wasn't going to get 40. And then the other night before that, my boy was like, he needed Tobias Harris to score 9, and Tobias Harris scored 7, knowing he averages 12 to 15 points a game. Come on now. So now the same thing is going on with the football. We know about the point spreads and all this other stuff, and Dallas with their home streak on the line, and Vegas betting against this and betting against that. So you look at football differently. So now that we coming up to this part with the new coaching switch at the end of the season, it's funny because, Sirianni came on and he said he was happy with the coaches that we have in-house, which I understand. Matt Patricia's been in-house all season, but he's been up in the booth and he's been, watching down. What kind of scheme is he going to bring? How did he, it's just odd. We're going to sit back and we're going to see how this is all going to pan out. But we definitely looking forward to having Avonte Maddox back, because I think what the new trend is going to wind up being, if it isn't already, emphasis on nickel cornerbacks this year, because we've seen this year, last year, every time Avonte Maddox gets injured and goes out for any amount of time, whether it was a toe or whatever the case may be, our defense changes up and we lack a lot of stuff in the middle. If that dude is that damn good, more power to you, and I'm glad you're on our team. But if that position is that very important to most of these defenses, because if we know the NFL is a copycat league, so most of the defenses are somewhat similar to a lot of them. It's just that, some teams are just built different. Like San Fran, they just power on every position, every spot is just an unhuman size type people. But being in a copycat league, that means a lot of teams, if their nickel cornerback goes down, a lot of defense is going to feast on that. I mean, offenses, and we've seen it. As soon as he went down, trying to switch his stuff around. But now that we got Bird in there, and then Blankenship should be coming back, if not this week, hopefully. But moving him around, with Bird back there, being able to move up and help out in the nickel's position, or just playing in the box, period, it helped out a lot. But we still wasn't stopping nobody, and we got to get something to go on. I don't know what's going on with up the middle. I don't know. I'm going to say that it's the linebacker play. People keep giving Morrow in there. I don't know if it's the size over Kobe Dean. I don't know if Nakobe Dean is really hurt that bad or whatever the case may be. But Nakobe Dean was very good in coverage, and Nakobe Dean tackles. And I understand a lot of the missed tackles from the last previous games came because of the gauntlet. You miss tackles is because a lot of people are tired. They don't think about that. When the player's breaking down, he just plainly missing tackles. His brain's not focused. So that came into play, the conditioning and stuff. So hopefully with an extra day of rest, some time and the Eagles get to heal a little bit, get some players back, we can try to make this run. But from this point out, guys, you got to buckle down, put your big draws on, and dig in deeper. Right from this point on, we can't lose no games. We ain't sitting out no games. We need that home field. Let's not go for that second seed crap or whatever. If it falls on our lap or whatever, so be it. This game isn't going to be a cakewalk. Playing with against Seattle has never been easy. They can move the ball, they can run, they can beat you up. Now here's the thing. Football is still the same thing. Big man beating up on another man. So the big man beats up on the little man, you win. Somebody punch you in the mouth, you punch him harder. You guys are getting beat up, punched in the mouth. Y'all gigantic. I've seen you face to face. The defensive line. Y'all got to start. Y'all was mean and tough in the beginning. Get that mean and tough again. We can't slack up. We got to make a statement in these last couple games, because these are teams that you're supposed to beat up on. We don't need no squeaking out win with a field goal, 1-2 points. That was all cool. But we need y'all to go out there on all cylinders. So from this point on, these last couple games, going into the playoffs, going into the Super Bowl run, and end this thing this year. Y'all got to do it. You got to do it. It's been too much, too long. I don't want to start saying you guys were a fake 10-3 team or whatever. Like, come on, dude. It's getting ridiculous. Dallas is starting to really feel themselves because they got that game in, and the Giants aren't always an easy win. That's divisional rivalry. So they're going to, and then knowing that they can spoil our season, these last couple of teams, that's the part that I hate the most. If you come into the end of the season when you got other teams that aren't in it and they can play spoiler, that hurts because they play super hard. So y'all boys better get on the ball. Shout out to everybody that watches. Continue to like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. Listen, man, I can't do this without you guys. Keep spreading the news to your friends out there. Help me continue to get more subscribers. Help me, please, at least get to 1,000 subscribers. Right now, click the like on this video. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, so that's way as soon as I drop something, you guys are going to be the first to see it. But let's go Birds tomorrow night, Monday night game. Let's get this win. Let's show and prove to the nation who we are, that we really deserve to be back at the number one spot. Jalen Hurts, you the man. Don't forget it. Lead your team, brother. Lead your team. And with that, I'm out. Peace.